Good afternoon. Rules Committee will come to order. I want to thank all of our members and certainly our witnesses for being here on short notice. Committee has previously met and taken testimony on H.R. 4365, the Department of Defense Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2024, and H.R. 4368, the Agricultural, Rural Development, Food and Drug Administration and Related Agencies Appropriations Act for the fiscal year 2024. Today, we're building on those actions with testimony on two additional appropriations bills. The first I'll discuss is H.R. 4367, Department of Homeland Security Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2024. No one in this room can deny the humanitarian and security crisis at our southern border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection have declared that well over 2 million illegal immigrants have been apprehended at or near our southern border just this year. Over 140,000 have been apprehended in September so far. That's more people than the entire city of Norman, Oklahoma, trying to cross into the United States, and the month isn't over. The Biden administration has lost operational control of the border. It's undeniable and a direct result of failed policies. Their open border agenda has wreaked havoc, motivating more and more migrants to come. Our security is imperiled as criminals, terrorists, and human traffickers and other nefarious individuals are empowered in taking advantage. And our communities are not only overrun, but are also watching American lives stolen from poisons like fentanyl streaming through the porous boundaries. House Republicans have committed to ending President Biden's open borders policy and securing our nation. That's why earlier this year we passed H.R. 2, our Comprehensive Border Security and Immigration Reform Bill. And the Committee on Appropriations has made those same objectives a priority as it assembled H.R. 4367. The bill provides $91.5 billion in total discretionary appropriations, including $62.8 billion within the bill's allocation, $5.8 billion in discretionary appropriations offset by fee collections, and $20.2 billion as an allocation adjustment for major disaster response and recovery activities. This funding level is $2 billion or 2.3% above the fiscal year 2023 enacted level. It includes $2.1 billion for construction of fiscal barriers on the southern border and provides nearly $500 million for 22,000 Border Patrol agents, the highest level ever funded. It forces Secretary Mayorkas to adhere to the law and resume construction of physical barriers immediately. And it also defunds the Biden administration's social policy efforts because funds should be targeted at deterring and delivering an effective system, not political or cultural wish lists. This is a strong bill. I look forward to considering it further on the floor. We will take testimony on H.R. 4665, the State Foreign Operations and Related Programs Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2024. This bill provides $52.5 billion for the Department of State and Foreign Operations, a full $16.4 billion below the President's budget request, and $7.2 billion below the fiscal year 2023 enacted level. This bill even falls $1.7 billion below the fiscal year 2019 enacted level. H.R. 4665 provides funds where they're needed most. It includes full support for key allies in the Middle East, like Israel, Egypt, and Jordan. It provides $4.4 billion for national security interests in the Indo-Pacific region, funding which is critical to countering Communist China's malign influence. It maintains longstanding pro-life protections, supports the expanded Mexico City policy, and prohibits the funding to the United Nations Population Fund and other related programs that support abortions. It also devotes investments to countering the flow of fentanyl and other illicit drugs in the Western Hemisphere and supports freedom and democracy by countering malign communist influence. H.R. 4665 is a strong, fiscally responsible bill, one that represents the best values of the House of Representatives. I'm pleased that we're moving forward on this measure today and look forward to considering it on the floor. I'll now yield to my good friend, our ranking member, Mr. McGovern, for any remarks he wishes to make.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman.